Another day trading with MagnOpus and me, Jonathan. Let's go ahead and send the group the links and then we get started trading. Yeah, let's do that first. I don't like that. On tab, that'd be open like that. It's the federales. So it's day 21. That's what's up. All right, one more link to send out, and we should be good. All right, that's it. And then let me just go over the news, and then we can go ahead and close all the programs that we don't need. So once again, welcome to MagnOpus Trading Solutions with Jonathan. And today is Tuesday, August 12th. And we will be expecting news. So the first thing I do every day is I open my Google Chrome, go to forexfactory.com/calendar. I suggest you make it a bookmark on your Google Chrome, and it also has an application on, I believe, iPhone and Android. That's gonna be actually called FX. I think it's FX Calculator, yeah, I think it's called FX Calculator, or something like that. I think if you still put in Forex Factory, it'll pull up the actual application, and I don't like just pretending like I don't know the name. I actually do know the name. I'm gonna confirm it with you guys. It is called My FX Book. My bad. My FX Books is more used for a lot size calculator, but they do have the new settings on there. Watch all my other videos. You'll be able to. It's usually in the first portion of my videos where I explain more about this. But today is Tuesday, August 12th. We have news at 8:30. We have core CPI, CPI monthly, CPI yearly. News releases really don't know what these actually are. Bureau of Labor Statistics. All I know is that it's gonna bring in volume, volatility, liquidity into the markets. The markets is gonna move around this time at 8:30. Now I'm gonna trade a little bit differently because this high impact news events usually causes either a price to pop and or spreads to widen. So I theorize a better way to trade. And I'm gonna go ahead and implement that, and I'm gonna walk you guys through it as well. Hopefully I get the parameters right on both of the accounts. And that's why I'm talking a little bit fast because I want to work on that. So once we got the news out the way, you could go ahead and go to my VPS. So my MT5 terminal is actually on a computer on the cloud. I use the VPS server called forexvps.com, which is also owned by IC Markets, which is the broker that I use. They have virtual computers where you could go ahead and install MT5 and install it like it's your own home computer, but it's just a computer on the cloud where it's not prone to power outages, it's not prone to loss of internet connection, so on and so forth, because I live in Turks and Caicos, or if you live in the island, third world countries, second world, whatever you want to call them, it's probably better that you get a VPS to go ahead and run MT5. Or if you don't have your own computer at home, or you don't want to leave your computer on, or if you work at a certain time, you get what I'm saying? You want to get that VPS so you can just set up the EA, set up your parameters, and just manage the EA here and there, and just let the EA work. Or if you just want to trade on the what you call it, just trade on your computer or on your phone, you can, but it's just gonna be, you're more liable to certain errors or mistakes or unforeseen circumstances. And in trading, all those things cost you money. All right, guys. So on once I get my NT5s open on the VPS, the first thing that I do is I make sure that algo trading is turned on. That means that we have this green triangle right next to where algo trading and look like the button is pushed in. Then I go over, look at my right hand side at the top right where it says freehand EA. That's my EA. Make sure that it had the graduation hat is blue. That means that the EA is on as well. Go on IC Markets, which is another broker or another MT5 terminal that I'm using with another broker. This is with physical cash. This one is make sure algo trading is turned on. The blue hat is on. This one is a live account, so you physically put your money in, physically, but you put your money in there. The other one's an FTMO account, which I have a challenge. I have to bring $200,000 to 220,000, then it resets again. And I have to bring 200 to 210,000, and then on the third reset of that, I will be able to split the profits that I make from 200,000, 80/20, so on and so forth. So I think I'm gonna get on this run. I'm definitely gonna pass the verification. I'm still conservative. I could be a lot more aggressive, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it this week. I'll probably try next week or something like that. And probably once I try it, that's when I start losing, right? So that's beyond the point. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that the EA settings are proper. And like I said, I'm gonna change the settings a little bit because of I'm gonna change the setting a little bit because of news. So instead, let me make sure everything's good right now. So risk percentage, I need to make sure that I'm only gonna risk $1,000. I'm not gonna risk anything more than 1,000 today. So I'm using the FX calculator on my on that my FX book app for 17 pips. There we go. Uh, so what? $1,000. I think that's 45 pips. Let me get off of that. What am I risk? Let me risk 1,500, guys. I risk 1,500. 1,500 divided by what my stop loss is gonna be. Uh, you see, the thing I'm theorizing right now is that I didn't plan properly, and I'm trying to squeeze it in 15 minutes. 17 pips. Let me let ChatGPT do this because I ain't got no time. I do have time, I'm saying. I don't want to make any I don't want to make any problems or errors on this one right quick. Okay, if I even if let's say I was actually trading regularly, right? It would have hit my TP. I mean, it would have striking. I was hard on my on 21 pips. It would have to be 22 pips, honestly. It would be 22 pips. Let's risk 1500 on 22 pips. They double that, they make it 3. They triple that, that'll make it. It won't kill me if I lose on. All right, 22 pips. My question. Okay, I got that. All right, and then let me go ahead and get the same amount for the. I'm risking 100. Nah, just leave it at point 0.7 for 22 pips. For me, I think I'm all right. And then I have to do it again on PPI. So even if I do get stopped out, crazy as shit. Um, I'm gonna keep the same trading strategy that I have, right? I'm gonna lower the leverage and I'm gonna divide it by 2 since I have to do it on 2 separate days, right? Because I don't want to get into this type of calculation right now. I'll do that on the weekend. I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that today. All right, I'm gonna keep the regular way that I've traded. I'm just gonna lower the leverage. No, no, no. I'm gonna use a set lot, a set. What you call it? Blah 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 blah. Watch this. I know what I'm doing. I hope so. Let me stop. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and delete all this, anything bullshit that's running in the background. Yeah, I'm not gonna go ahead and try to. I learned my lesson. If you don't have the plan, if you don't if you if you don't what fail to plan to fail. That's basically what it is. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I'm not gonna go ahead and start doing the equations and all that right now. No, 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 no. I was supposed to do it beforehand. I'll watch it, but whatever. But I'm not gonna go ahead and hell no. Try to do it 10 minutes beforehand. I already made that mistake before. I'm not gonna make the mistake again. I have a plan that I was using. It's gonna win or it's gonna lose regardless. I don't know what the fuck that is. My shit running into full capacity right now. And test. All right, that should be good for me right now. Let me go to the VPS, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use a fixed amount, dollar amount. I'm gonna go ahead and trade $1,000 only. So I got another day of PPI, so I gotta save some money for that in case I lose more than I expect. A set amount with the regular settings. The other thing that I wanted to go ahead and change was the trading stop, which is actually gonna be this is gonna be 14 pips instead of 16 pips because it's based off of the TP move. All right. So we got Trill activate. What? Trill activating 14 pips. My bad. And then first move is the break even. Step move is 10. I don't know why I didn't. I think he got the parameters on these the other way around because it was the stop loss was tight as shit. Let's use the regular settings that I came with. Fuck that. What it was? It was at like what 15, 10, 15. Let's leave that shit the way it was. All right, all right. We got that. I'm gonna go ahead and do risk amount, and then since we got 2 days, I'm gonna go ahead and risk $75 instead of $75 instead of a high on, and then leave all my other settings correct. Um, let's see that like that. Okay. All right, and then I'm just gonna watch how it works because I'm not gonna try to make any mistakes while trying to make any calculations right before I take a trade. I gotta commit to the way that I had it in the beginning of the week. I tried not to make any changes up within the week, right? And then we're gonna see how news move. Now if I can catch the stop loss and move it, if market isn't just rapidly moving like that, then I could go ahead and give the stop loss some room to breathe. Let's double check these settings one more time just to be extra careful, extra cautious. IC markets got the right risk amount with $75. This is gonna be right TP at 2.53, stop loss 17, open price buffer is gonna be 16. Trade time is going to be 8 a.m. Close at end of the day true, blah 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 blah. All right, and then yep, FTMO should have similar settings here. Risk amount is gonna be a rack. TP is 2.53. Stop loss at 17. Open price buffer 6. Yep. And oh shit, I got you. See, it was the trailing stop was set to false. There we go. That's why you see that's what always good to always check. God damn, trailing stop wasn't even activated. I got the settings right, but this shit wasn't activated because yesterday I turned it off. And this one is on true. Telling you, there we go. Ordered all types of stuff for the trailing stop for it not to have even been activated. All right. I don't think I'm gonna get any news until any like movement until closer to 8:30. Hopefully we don't accidentally get put in the wrong position, so on and so forth like we usually do. But we're learning how to trade news, and this is not NFP, so we don't know what's gonna happen next. As you can see, we got spreads on FTMO. Let me see if we got spreads on. We don't have any spreads on. Um, we don't have any spreads on IC markets yet. Closer to news, we might be able to see some spreads though. All right, guys. Let me turn this alarm off. All right, guys. In the next 2 minutes, the EA is gonna execute by itself. It's gonna place the buy stop and the sell stop around the 8 a.m. candle open price. It's gonna have it the entries, exit, take profit, stop loss, and lot size is properly calculated based on the parameters that I gave it. I told it I want to trade $1,000 on FTMO and $75 on my live account. It's gonna have the trailing stop working. It's better than me trying to manually trail it because markets might move very fast in like 5 minutes or less. And then what else? And then my key level indicator is going to move the yellow arrow to point at the 8 a.m. candle open. The black line is going to indicate the 8 a.m. candle open price, and the red lines are going to be 10 pip increments to the downside. Green line will be 10 pip increments to the upside. So the next few seconds, the EA is going to execute, and my hands behind my back. Mod? Oh shit! No, it's not. I thought it was 8 o'clock. We got 1 more minute. The EA is going to execute. Yeah, I guess I could talk in detail about what's going to happen again, right? Oh yeah. What was I saying about the lines, right? So yeah, like I was saying about the yellow arrow is gonna be over here to indicate the 8 a.m. candle open price. The other one was, let me show you where the other one is right here. When price execute is gonna update to back over here to indicate the most recent or the latest. And then the black line is on the right hand side is going to represent the 8 a.m. candle open price. The green lines are going to represent 10 pip increments above the 8 a.m. candle open price, and then the red line is going to represent 10 pip increments below. So in the next few seconds, it's going to execute. Boom. It has now executed the trades, and it should have done so on both the FTMO and on the IC markets, and it would have properly risked for me. Perfect. Our parameters are good. Our TPs are good. Our stop losses are good. Our lot sizes are good. Spreads is really high right now on FTMO, so only thing I gotta be aware about. Hopefully we just get into the trade earlier than 8:30. So the earlier we get into the trade, the less it's gonna be affected by spread. So if we get into the trade around like, let's say we get into the trade around like, we don't get into a trade around like 8:29, and then the news event releases, then spreads open up, and then you're not really getting into based on what market price was. You're getting into whatever the broker is trying to get you in at, and that's gonna be some BS. The other time I believe we did get into the trade before news had struck, but it just ended up being a losing trade. So we can't continue to get losing trade every news event. Sometime sooner or later we're gonna get a winning trade that has a positive slippage in our favor. But to not get you into those trades, markets already know, do not move price any definite way, not until news. All right, so let me go ahead and go on Google Chrome, and we could just start doing analysis until price decides to go ahead and hit one of our trades. So I feel like right now I'm more comfortable with just trading news because I don't like not trading a certain day. Now that I'm just not trading news because of, no, I am trading news, but I'm just lowering the leverage or the amount of money, lowering my risk, so I can experience a news event in terms of psychologically and financially, but just not have too much risk that I'm just gonna lose for no reason. Please don't blow my high. Computer geeking as always. It look like we about to hit the buy stop. Hopefully we can. That'd be great. Oh, almost there, guys. Come on. Come on. I need you to commit to that buy stop. Can't have you reverse. All right, we almost there, guys. Did the same damn thing. And reverses. Let's see if IC Markets got in. So we got in on IC Markets. The only thing we didn't get in was on FTMO. Unless we do the opposite where we got in IC Markets on a buy and then we get in the FT Markets on a sell. Either or might be a winner. I can't say that because it's still a probability that both can be losers. That's the thing about FTMO, bro. Spreads never in your. I can't say they're never in your favor because it wasn't my favorite. The first high impact news event, it wasn't my favorite. First high impact news event that I traded, I made what 4 racks, almost 5 racks off of. I think the trade should have been like $1,000 trade. Please don't blow my high. Let me go ahead and place this there. I ain't doing not Nathan. Yep, let's go to Chrome and go ahead and put some work in. All right, we could go ahead and talk about what happened yesterday. Oh, that's the first 5 minute candle. All right, yesterday we had a range of about 41 pips. Market open at 1.16288. Went down 5 pips, triggering our sell stop. Um, Hold on. All right, markets went down 5 pips, triggering our sell stop, and then eventually went down 5 more pips, reaching bearish level 1, which is 10 pips below the ADM kind of open price. Fluctuated a little bit around the entry for maybe what, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. Almost an hour and a half and some change. It can't be an hour and a half because, yeah, it was an hour and a half, something like that. And it ended up almost 2 hours. Ended up finally going down to the bearish level 2, putting us in the 1-to-1 profit where we trail our stop loss. I believe the EA actually trailed our stop loss really close, like this damn close. And then we continue moving lower to bearish level 3. And the EA was continually moving my stop loss really close. But I was still watching price action. And as I watched price action around this zone right here, I seen that it wasn't able to go ahead and reach. It wasn't able to go ahead and reach that level down. So I went ahead and closed manually. Not that I usually close manually because I have a trailing stop, but I feel like my trailing stop initially wasn't. It's not tight enough because if markets do go back against my favor, not only do I lose that 10 pips within the range, I lose 5 more pips. I believe markets have retested the ADM candle open price, so it's not really doing anything serious. Um, yeah. And then what happened was, fortunately, this is last week Friday. I also manually closed because I felt like the market stopped moving because it consolidated for a while. So I went ahead and closed it. So the last 2 times I manually closed, I made money. Not to say that's a good psychological decision, but I believe it's instead of saying it's not a good psychological decision. I'll say it's a decision based off of intuition and experience that I'm seeing, because I've seen my trades, a lot of my trades that you guys were with me in from last week and the week before last, and lots of other trades throughout my trading career. I've watched a big profits end up becoming small profits to break even. And then on top of that, the money that you have on the table, even if it's when it's way more than a 1-to-1, it's for sure that's your money. Now, if you're content with taking that money off the table, it's your money. You're not gonna, you get what I'm saying? Because a winning trade can turn to a losing trade, or a winning trade can turn to a small win, and you let all the money off the table. What I really want to see, I want to see healthy winning trades. And in my back test, that's what I'm gonna start analyzing the price action that happens within the winning trades that go a 10-to-1 or 5-to-1 or whatever. But then I also have to look at what's the most probable. Maybe because of my stop loss, I get stopped out for less than a 2-to-1, but in the trade price action, I'm usually up a 3-to-1 or a 4-to-1. But since I'm waiting for my stop loss to hit, I'm sacrificing a risk, a unit of reward. You get what I'm saying? Or a unit and a half of reward. Why would I sacrifice a unit and a half of reward if it's on the table and it's been on the table for a while? I'm gonna just close it. As long as it's above a certain level. What is your right uncle level? So as long as it's above a certain level, I can wait for it to continue moving forward. But as long as price reaches above a certain level, I will feel comfortable closing it. And it's usually a 3-to-1. I've seen it 2.5-to-1 and a 3-to-1, or 30 pips in my favor. That's what I'm gonna say. 30 pips, that's a 2-to-1. 30 pips or 40 pips in my favor. I would say you can go ahead and close it, because on average the big winning trades are gonna have that move, and then the reversals are also gonna have that move. The only difference is the speed at which it moves, or the price action that is happening. And then sometimes the big moves do give you some bullshit price action of consolidation, or retracement, or reversal confirmation, and then it moves in the favor. But if you are taking profits nonetheless, when that one rare and in between trade happens, you could go ahead and you can go ahead, rare and in between trade happens, you could go ahead and take that money off the table and then trade another day. Like right now, I'm really trying to focus on not worrying about high impact news days. I'm worrying about trading on regular days. This is where you're gonna make your money, because there are more regular days than high impact news days. So yeah. Oh yeah, so markets actually move what 10, 20, 30, about 36, 37 pips below the 8 AM candle overprice. I ended up closing, which was a good idea, because the market actually went back against me. Probably would have stopped me out around here or here, and then I probably would have what, like 10, 20 pips profit, less than a 1-to-1. What, a 0.8-to-1, instead of getting this was like 1, 2, a 2-to-1 basically. Yeah, closer to a 2-to-1. Yeah, man, I'm out of that. He be trying to, nah, I'm street. Please don't blow my high. Don't call me back, my plug calling. I gotta line it up. I could go ahead and copy this over. I can feel it in the air. That shit not even on the right time zone, gang. There we go. Shit. There we go. A lot better, guys. Stressing me the fuck out. All right, there we go. We can go ahead and now see what price the candle open at. What price? What price? 1.16052. One point 16052. How the fuck? All right, let me move that line because they're right on top of each other. Stupid shit. I'm in an aggressive mode right now. I gotta relax. Once I'm done with this, I'm gonna start breathing, get present in the moment, and then I can go ahead and trade. Cause I don't like the way that I'm reacting. I gotta accept and internalize these trades, guys. Accept and internalize. Woosah. Trade in the moment. I don't even have the other one. It's gonna be the buy stop, which is 5 pips above the 8 a.m. candle open price. If candle open at 1.16052, add 5 pips again, give us 1.16102. 1.16102. That would make, sure this is probably that'll make the sell stop minus 10 pips 1.16002. That'll make the bullish level 1.16152. That's adding 10 pips to the 8 a.m. candle open price. 10 pips is expressed as 0.001. So you add 1 to the third decimal place. If you know your math, if you know your decimals, but oh yeah, 10 100,000 decimal place. Yeah, that should be fine. And then subtract 20 from 1.16152 is going to give you 10, 20. It's going to give you where the bearish level 1 line is 20 pips below the bullish level 1 line and 10 pips below, and it's really 10 pips below the 8 a.m. candle open price. 8 a.m. candle open price subtract by 1.001 to give you 1.15952. You could do all this on a calculator. And then you could use ChatGPT and tell them all the equations, and it just need the 8 a.m. kind of open price. But I like doing it this way. It makes my brain work. 1.15952. And as we expected, markets is gonna consolidate at the 8 a.m. open price. And then once right before news happens, it is gonna open its ass. Spread. And then move. Hopefully, getting everybody that's trying to get in at news. They want to f you over first. They gotta f as much people over as possible. And then when they finish effing you over, then they'll move price. If it's a whipsaw, it's nothing I can do. Whichever direction I'm in, probably gonna get screwed over. But taking the risk, taking the probability. We should say day 2. And we don't have the amount of pips yet. All right. In the meantime, I'm probably gonna get something to drink right quick. Non-alcoholic, guys. Non-alcoholic. Don't try to come and judge. But I definitely like this move right here. I definitely think that was a decent move to the upside, and that actually was supposed to be a buy stop triggered. And then whatever price wants to do with the FTMO account, it can. They usually like to violate me. Uh, and then we have another news event. We have another CPI PPI event on Thursday, and we have news on Friday. So it is what it is. Uh, Hold on. Ay. Back at the 8 a.m. candle open price, guys. Told you. We at 12. We're at 12. I'm tripping. We're at 8:24. Damn near 8:25 in 30 seconds. We're right at the 8 a.m. candle open price. It's gonna wait to almost 8:29 in 58 seconds to go ahead and open the spreads up and then move, picking up anybody that's trying to open your trade right then and there, buy, sell, whatever it is. Whipsaw you out. The first 10 pips is gonna be the whipsaw for sure. And then move. Now, if it decides to just go one direction, just with a large spread, then it can. But what's the fun in doing that if you could f over as many people as possible, right? What would be the fun in that? I would like to zoom out so I could see what's going on. Let's see what. Let's see what we're gonna have here. Please. Just always. Should I use a five? Yeah, 5 pips. I mean, 5 minute chart is better. Nope, not even better. 15 minute chart is better. I'll take the 5 minute chart and what? Let's zoom in or we zoom out. Okay, 5 minute chart zoom out. I don't like the look of it. I want to see I want to see the spread activity. All right, I think this is good. 5 minute chart with the zoom like this. All right, guys. 4 more minutes. Market's gonna stay right there, gang. It's gonna stay right there, and then screw you all the way over. Hopefully, it don't touch 2 trades at one. Then I'm gonna close all of them all together. You're not gonna violate me, bro. Hold, let me get this button open. Accept one-click trading. Let me hold that button again. I'm not average ready to delete all motherfucking orders. Oh, we're gonna go close to a sell stop now? 3 minutes, guys. Preparing for liftoff. T minus 2 minutes and 15 seconds. All right, guys, prepare yourself. Don't blink now. Just watch. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Watch this. T minus 2 minutes. Just watch, guys. Hold on to your horses. Watch this. Remember, I have my IC markers is in a buy. Let's prepare ourselves. Let me get my faith out of the way in the meantime so you guys could be able to experience the greatness. All right, T minus 1 minute, guys. T minus 1 minute. Ah. 30 more seconds, guys. Hold on. 30 more seconds, guys. You're gonna see how news react. Jeez, couldn't wait 30 seconds, bro. Gone. Damn. I guess you guys don't want to see it. There we go, guys. Here we go. Back right on top of the 8 candle open price. Look at the spreads, guys. Spreads is humongous. Spreads is horrible. Let me look at IC Markets. Let's see how IC Markets has no spreads. No spreads. Boom. Let's go, guys. Stop it is. Stop it is. Talk to me nice. Talk to me fucking nice. Talk to me fucking nice. Talk to me fucking nice. Yes. FC, I get fucked over on FTMO. How did I get fucked over? How did I lose $100? Yeah. They're so full of shit. They're so full of shit, bro. FTMO is so full of shit, bro. Shit. I'm out of there. I'm out of there, boy. I'm good. There we go. There she goes. She going to the upside. I'm good. I'm so good off that. All right, guys, we made $129 in 1 minute. Well, 30 minutes. But let me. At least I got it on record. They're gonna love this one. So even if I did a buy stop, I probably no. The spreads were just horrible. I think just FTMO in terms of spread is just it's not worth it. It's not worth it to trade high impact news, CPI, PPI, and all that. It's just not. It's not worth it. It isn't. It isn't worth it. Their spreads is not even. It don't make no sense. Look at on the FTMO where I got in at. This is FTMO. FTMO said I got in right here. They said I got in. Look. My order was right here. This is my order. FTMO said that this is where I got in at. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. The FTMO did. This is the reason I did not win the FTMO challenge a month ago. I should have been past the FTMO challenge. Long time. Just that I'm gonna make a video and just say, bro, don't trade news. I'm gonna make a video using. I'm gonna make a video using this. What you gonna call it? This video. And just telling like, bro, don't trade news at FTMO, bro. They just gonna fuck you over, bro. How? Let's go on a higher time frame, and then we could just finish the MagnOpus trading grid in the meantime. After that, I could just take the time to go ahead and put some work in. Just because I want to trade or whatever like that, don't mean that I'm done putting in the work. Let's see what's going on here. We could possibly see a retest of the highs over here on this side, so that's what's up. Or we could break down. Doesn't matter. All right, that is that, guys. How I lose 100? No, I lost $105 plus $17. You see what happened? Okay, you see why I said I'm only gonna risk $1,000 for some bullshit. Even when I got the right direction right, I lost money. Even though I had a buy stop, I lost money. FTMO so full of shit. All right, that's enough. That's enough. I'm too lit. Had a little brain fog right there. All right. Whew, that was fun. That was fun, guys. That was definitely fun. Let's see how many. I think it's like 3-1, like I said. I don't think I said that, but I see like in that 5 minutes you're gonna get 30 pips. I want to check out gold as well to see what gold did. That's a whole different beast when it comes to news. I'm gonna stay away from it when it comes to news until I know what's going down. 252. One 1.6352. One 1.6452. Hold on a second. I closed my VPS, ain't it? I did. Let me see if I can just open it on. I gotta open both of these. I want to see something right quick. Because as it looked like right here. Oh, if I was reading the buy stop, it probably did go down some. Let's go to the minute chart. And let's go to forward all the way. Let's add my key level indicator. Let's turn on my trades. Oh yeah, it did go down some, but it instantly popped back up. So I already was inside of the trade, so I didn't get damaged. Um, I'm surprised the FTMO didn't go into a sell. Let's see. You gotta look at all my trades. You're looking at my, it, looking at my business. You my trying to be in my business. All right, let's check it out. Fucking FTMO is hilarious. Oh yeah, we didn't even get into a trade because of the spreads. Yeah, so it wasn't even like into. All right, I see what happened. Don't need to see that anymore. We're good. What the fuck? Close. All right, cool. So as you guys know, on IC Markets, which is a more accurate broker than FTMO with their spread manipulation, we got into a buy stop in the first 5 minutes. It looked 5 or 10 minutes. I put it, yeah, 5 minutes. And then price actually came back, retested the 80 candle open price, but that's not a strike. We ended up going to, once news hit, went straight bullish. Nice. Bullish level 1, bullish level 2. And since it's too volatile right here, I'm not gonna put in any resets based off of the 1 minute or whatever like that, because I'm sure it retested, it went back down maybe like 5 pips over here. I definitely need to work on my trailing stop, which is too tight, but I didn't have no problem with a tight trading stop when it came to this high impact news event. And then bullish level 4. So we went about 40 pips, 10, 20, 30, 40 pips in less than 5 minutes, I would say. Not to say that market's not going to continue in that direction, but we have a lot of volatility, a lot of area for break and retest of structure in between these levels right here, or it might continue going bullish. That's not none of my business at this point right here. And then we're gonna continue following price as it fluctuates throughout the day. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Um, as you can see, we are still learning. We're taking all our mistakes, we're turning into lessons. We are trying to be patient, accepting the wins and losses of all of our trades. Getting 1% we're getting 1% better every day, and optimizing ourselves, our strategy, our lifestyles. So thank you for watching. See you guys tomorrow, which is another trading day.